Alright, this is Math 122, homework number 1, and we're going to work on problem 7 together. Alright, let's copy the problem down. The expression that we're going to simplify is 2 times w times x to the third power, all raised to the fifth power. And notice how I said that problem out loud. I said 2 times w times x to the third, all raised to the fifth. Remember, when numbers and variables are all squished together with no operation symbols in between, we can imagine an invisible multiplication symbol between them. And I use dots if I want to rather than x's, so we don't confuse an x with a variable. So if it helps you to put those multiplication signs back in, do it. And then it's easier to break the problem down. Alright, according to the order of operations, if I am simplifying an expression, I should do any operations inside of parentheses first, but there's nothing to do inside of these parentheses until somebody tells me what w and x are, and since I don't know, I can't work inside the parentheses. So instead I go to the exponent next. And the exponent, since it's outside of the parentheses, needs to be applied to everything inside. So the fifth power is going to get applied to x to the third power, to w, and also to the numeral 2. Breaking this down then, without the parentheses now, I get 2 to the fifth power times w to the fifth power times, and I'm going to put x to the third power in parentheses because I've got a lot going on here now. I have to raise that to the fifth power also. I can calculate 2 to the fifth power. It's not 2 times 5. When we have an exponential expression, we don't multiply the base by the exponent. It means how many times, 5 that is, that I'm going to multiply 2 by itself. 2 times itself 5 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. You can use a calculator or you can do it in your head. I'll show you that operation key on the TI-30X. If I want to raise a base to a power, I type in the base first, 2, and my exponent key on this calculator is the caret key or the upside down V right here. I'll type that in next, and then I'm going to put the power in last, and 2 to the fifth power, as you can see, is 32. Alright, w to the fifth power I can't calculate, so I just rewrite it. Now x to the third power raised to the fifth power, again, the exponent tells you how many of the base you're multiplying. And this time my base is x to the third power. And so I need to multiply x to the third power by itself 5 times. Now I wouldn't normally write this all out, but just to help you understand exponents better, I'm going to do it this time. You can just watch and listen. Don't try to write all this down. Alright, x to the third power times itself 5 times looks like that. If you're not sure where to go from there, let's write it out another step. Let's expand it some more. There's x to the third power. X times itself 3 times. Now I'm going to write this out 5 times. If you're with me, you already know what the answer is going to be. If not, come along and see. X to the third power, x to the third power twice, x to the third power 3 times, 4 times, and now 5 times. How many x's are being multiplied? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 x's. So the simplified version of x to the third power raised to the fifth power is x to the 15th. Now what's the shortcut? You can see it, right? It's just to multiply the two exponents. When you're raising a power to a power, I call it power up, you just multiply those two powers. And we're almost done with this problem. The last step is just to remove the little dots because mathematicians are lazy and they don't like to have any extra symbols than necessary in their expressions. And we get 32 times w to the 5th times x to the 15th. I don't see the times signs, but that doesn't mean I can't say them.